has been easy money for a while right now. And we have FOMC today. I'm a little bit worried about that. Risk assets have been coming down. Probably banks, regional banks have probably been getting hurt. Let's see. See that? KRE. And this is because of a possible worry that Powell today at the FOMC 2 p.m., they may signal a slowing of the interest rate cuts or a pause of the interest rate cuts. I think it's we're still going to get 25 bps. And I'm worried that, this could be an excuse to have at least a short-term sell-off or just a removal of the frothiness. So I'm being a little more risk averse today. I'm not going to trade as much today. Going to have some cash today. I have some UVXY hedge as well. So those are my thoughts.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the DR.
So I'm being a little more risk averse today. I'm not going to trade as much today. Going to have some cash today. I have some UVXY hedge as well. So those are my thoughts.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the DRE.
I think I heard you tease something of some other developments, some other news that's going to blow our minds. Would you advise us not to speculate that it, could be something a Palantir? That would be too crazy for you, right?
They're a great company.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the DRE. It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened.
So I think all the elements are coming together for a secondary surge in Trump names. You saw, probably seen my thesis on Tesla from the day after the election, falling for all-time new highs, proximal to inauguration. When I say proximal, 2 to 3 weeks before to 2 to 3 weeks after, in that time frame, calling for an all-time new high. Tesla, oh, I love Tesla. Tesla 360 plus, let's go, baby. You saw my thesis, and I have not backed down. I'm like, I don't care what the delivery numbers are. I don't care what Goldman Sachs said. All right, to me, the people focus on the sentiment of Tesla are correct. They're the ones that are going to get this right. They're the ones that are going to be here at 360 and watch this thing get all-time highs, because Tesla will benefit over the next few years from the Trump relationship and the FSD and the robo-taxi. That's investing. Goldman Sachs is wrong. We're right. Tesla done all-time new highs. All right. So Tesla going to be in the top 5 here today. Tesla, let's go ahead and break 362 this week. All right. 385, by the way, the next target on Tesla. 385. Tesla. Unbelievable. Look at this. We've been calling this every step of the way since the election, all over this. We called this breakout early yesterday morning. Actually, the night before, we said Tesla's going to be a top pick tomorrow. We're going to break out. How did we do that, man? We have a knack for this stuff. So at Tesla, we said the two levels, 365, then 385. Those are the two levels we gave you. Then we break 365, then we go to 385. Tesla was a top pick yesterday, and wow, we're like, that 385 can happen quickly. It can even happen this week. Look, 378, almost there. And then we're forecasting, consistently we've been forecasting all-time new highs of above 415, proximal to inauguration day. Who knows, at this rate, it may even come before that. When I say proximal to inauguration date, you kind of talking about within 2 to 3 weeks, either side of inauguration is when we get the new all-time highs on Tesla. So Tesla going to be a top 5 pick again today with this breakout, 385, your next target. I would not be surprised, one of these days, could be today, to see UMAC up like 80%, like something like PDYN at 130%. Wouldn't be surprised. So took a bet on UMAC this morning. I got to tell you, there's a possibility UMAC does something crazy like this over the next couple days. All right. I think there's a high chance, very high chance we'll see 960 again today. Good chance we'll see over 10, and definitely a possibility this thing does $10, $15, $20 over the next few days. So UMAC, all right, Gotta make that, even now at these prices, up 45%, gotta make it the number one pick of the day. I have to tell you, as I'm thinking about it, as I'm talking about this out loud with you guys, I think I gotta buy some long-term shares here. I think I do. I only have exposure now in my trade account. I'm gonna do it right now on the air. All right, UMAC. Even though, okay, I'm gonna buy it high, get it, but that's okay. All right, we're gonna buy some more shares here, but this time it's going into my long-term account. I was in Mara this morning. I sold Mara to buy more UMAC, and that's looking to be the right decision. I don't think you're gonna find anything better than UMAC today, even at this price right here. Brett, is that crazy?
Yeah, I know. Look at it. They could have bought into, and they'd already be making money this morning. So.
Oh my god. I'm still underweight. I'm still under. I mean, because it's such a no-brainer. It's such a no-brainer. 45 million. I'm like, $45 million market cap. Well, before the 65% move. And Donald Trump Jr., I'm like, I should be all in. Honestly, let me see if I should buy more somewhere. This has been easy money for a while right now. And we have FOMC today. I'm a little bit worried about that. Risk assets have been coming down. Probably banks, regional banks have probably been getting hurt. Let's see. See that? KRE. And this is because of a possible worry that Powell today at the FOMC 2 p.m., they may signal a slowing of the interest rate cuts or a pause of the interest rate cuts. I think it's we're still going to get 25%. And I'm worried that, this could be an excuse to have at least a short-term sell-off or just a removal of the frothiness. So I'm being a little more risk averse today. I'm not going to trade as much today. Going to have some cash today. I have some UVXY hedge as well. So those are my thoughts.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the KRE.
I think I heard you tease something of some other developments, some other news that's going to blow our minds. Would you advise us not to speculate that it, could be something of Palantir? That would be too crazy for you, right?
They're a great company.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the KRE. Fucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened?
Guys, listen, I'm getting validation on social media. From the likes of Dan Ives, Jim Cramer, who is not a good indicator, but when you have Dan Ives and Jim Cramer agreeing, basically saying everything I was saying in the morning show, we're talking about $926 billion company. Dan Ives is like, this is a $1.5 billion company. Automation is going to be fast-tracked in terms of federal regulations and stuff. Take a look at this. I'm looking at, let's pull back to the weekly chart. You go to the daily, you're like, oh, it's so scary, you got a gap here, oh my god, right? Okay, well, you can look, first of all, even on the daily, we're so close to that 299, it's going to test it soon, and then right after that, this is the magnet right there at 314.67, so your target's 300 to 314, 300 to 315, let's call it. But if you don't want to be scared of the gap, pull up a weekly chart, okay? When you put up a weekly chart, just look at this, and think about how important this catalyst is. This is an inflection catalyst. This means this is a catalyst when 5 years from now, you look back at the stock and you look at the chart, you can identify a point in time, right? How important is it that Trump is elected and Elon Musk is at his side and basically put him in office, right? How important is that to the company? Obviously, it's hugely important. How big should that candle be? How big should that inflection be when you look back in this chart in time from the future, right? And when you look at the weekly chart, hey, we haven't even gotten started. This 15% move is nothing. It's a blip. You haven't even missed it yet. So when can we see this like really peak out? Or I don't want to say peak out, but when is this thing going to
capitulate to the upside, at least temporarily. Guess when that's going to be? I think it's pretty clear. January 20th. Going to be a lot of hype building into that. Most of the run's probably going to happen well before that. November, December. Maybe you see this thing have that capitulation high, you know, towards Inauguration Day, right after Inauguration. Everything's going to be baked in by then. So again, look at these weekly candles. How big should these weekly candles be to represent this monumental thing that's really going to impact fundamentals for Tesla? I mean, look, this 299 to 315, that's like very short term. That could be tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow or Friday or Monday, might very well be tomorrow, 300 to 315. If you want to talk about a game-changing inflection for the company, you got to think this thing has got to be maybe somewhere between 380 and the all-time high by Inauguration Day. All right, or at least 360 to 415 by Inauguration Day. That's my target. This is the opportunity. That's the analysis.
This has been easy money for a while right now. And we have FOMC today. I'm a little bit worried about that. Risk assets have been coming down. Probably banks, regional banks have probably been getting hurt. Let's see. See that? KRE. And this is because of a possible worry that Powell today at the FOMC 2 p.m., they may signal a slowing of the interest rate cuts or a pause of the interest rate cuts. I think it's we're still going to get 25%. And I'm worried that, you know, this could be an excuse to have at least a short-term sell-off or just a removal of the frothiness. So I'm being a little more risk averse today. I'm not going to trade as much today. Going to have some cash today. I have some UVXY hedge as well. So those are my thoughts.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the KRE.
So I'm being a little more risk averse today. I'm not going to trade as much today. Going to have some cash today. I have some UVXY hedge as well. So those are my thoughts.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the KRE.
I think I heard you tease something of some other developments, some other news that's going to blow our minds. You know, would you advise us not to speculate that it, you know, could be something of Palantir? That would be too crazy for you, right?
They're a great company.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the KRE. It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg.
So I think all the elements are coming together for a secondary surge in Trump names. You saw, probably seen my thesis on Tesla from the day after the election, falling for all-time new highs, proximal to inauguration. When I say proximal, 2 to 3 weeks before to 2 to 3 weeks after, in that time frame, calling for an all-time new high. Tesla, oh, I love Tesla. Tesla 360 plus, let's go, baby. You saw my thesis, and I have not backed down. I'm like, I don't care what the delivery numbers are. I don't care what Goldman Sachs said. All right, to me, the people focused on the sentiment of Tesla are correct. They're the ones that are going to get this right. They're the ones that are going to be here at 360 and watch this thing get at all-time highs, because Tesla will benefit over the next few years from the Trump relationship and the FSD and the robo-taxi. That's investing. Goldman Sachs is wrong. We're right. Tesla done all-time new highs. All right. So Tesla going to be in the top 5 here today. Tesla, let's go ahead and break 362 this week. All right. 385, by the way, the next target on Tesla. 385. Tesla. Unbelievable. Look at this. We've been calling this every step of the way since the election, all over this. We called this breakout early yesterday morning. Actually, the night before, we said Tesla's going to be a top pick tomorrow. We're going to break out. How did we do that, man? We have a knack for this. Okay, so you have an additional tailwind in RCAT as a defense stock, plus this event after the close. Yesterday, on that anticipation, we hit 562. I think this is a really good bet. I bought some in pre-market, some trading shares on top of my core shares, because I'm anticipating a move even beyond this 510 ask here right now. All right.
Hitchcock can take it away.
I'll just leave this up for a few seconds.
I took it all the way at
A
550.
few quick notes on the web while
I'm
we have
buying
this,
as much as I can.
slide up.
Different
So
accounts, all the way to 550.
again, we designed this in less than 5 months, and we delivered.
Look at this technical breakout. You see how beautiful this is, right? It's a little bit hard to see.
No, I see it. It's gorgeous right there. Look at that.
Okay, that's your target. 775. Okay, we're at 555, 559 now. This has been easy money for a while right now. And we have FOMC today. I'm a little bit worried about that. Risk assets have been coming down. Probably banks, regional banks have probably been getting hurt. Let's see. See that? KRE. And this is because of a possible worry that Powell today at the FOMC 2 p.m., they may signal a slowing of the interest rate cuts or a pause of the interest rate cuts. I think it's we're still going to get 25%. And I'm worried that, you know, this could be an excuse to have at least a short-term sell-off or just a removal of the frothiness. So I'm being a little more risk averse today. I'm not going to trade as much today. Going to have some cash today. I have some UVXY hedge as well. So those are my thoughts.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know I'm mobbing with the KRE.
So I'm being a little more risk averse today. I'm not going to trade as much today. Going to have some cash. Good morning, guys. It is Thursday, December 19th, and we had a good day yesterday. We had a good day if you followed us. Brett, good morning. Wow.
Morning, Ben.
Yesterday was crazy, but we predicted it, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
That was awesome. We're on the show yesterday morning telling you I was worried FOMC, exactly what happened. Exactly that Powell would do fewer rate cuts and that'll be an excuse to tank the market. We went on Benzinga 11 a.m. and we're like, guys, you got to focus on capital preservation right now. It's been, what I say, one of the first things I said in the morning was, guys, the easy money train is over. That was at 9 a.m. yesterday morning. The easy money train is over. And I see my tweets yet last night, everyone saying the easy money train is over, guys. I'm like, yeah, I told you that. I told you that like 6 hours before it happened. So that was incredible. My trading account's at an all-time new high. Because we hedged with UVXY. I mean, if you've seen those screenshots, man, I could have made a killing yesterday. I could have, but I was selling on the way up. I didn't, especially have very large size. Basically, about 5% of my portfolio was hedged with UVXY calls next week, mostly, and some this week, and they were up 2, 3, 4, 5, 600%. And we called it. We were live on Discord, listening to FOMC, and as it was going. First of all, I was telling people, add UVXY right at 2:05 p.m. I put the note in the Discord because of the fewer cuts. But the most important thing is a commentary during 2:30 p.m., the presser. And I recognize the moment. I got to tell you, I got a knack for these pressers. I recognize the moment when I was like, all right, all bets are off. Buy even more UVXY, raise cash. That moment was when someone was asking Jerome Powell a question. I think it was about, like, why cut rates at all, right? If you're decreasing it in the dot plot or whatever, why cut rates at all? And I think he said like it was a close decision or something. Pretty sure when I heard that, I'm like, oh shit, market's gonna tank, right? So yeah, I got a knack for this stuff. I got to tell you.
It sure did.
So usually, I got to be honest with you. Usually, I have a hard time executing on my analysis. All right, but yesterday I did it. Yesterday I actually did what I said you should do. So I'm happy. I got to tell you, I don't know. Like I know it was hard even for a community, for people to keep up with me and to adjust. But I gave fair warning for a couple days that was coming. The UVXY were hedging from the day before we got into that position on the it was the $20 calls. The $20 calls are about like 75 cents or something, and they closed the day at like $7.50. They were up like 10 times by the end of the day yesterday. And we told everyone, close out all the UVXY calls right at the end of the day. I'm all out. Now, that was fun, but what's it mean? First of all, that was my trade account. My long-term account got slaughtered with everyone else. All right. Tesla, my largest position. RCAP, my second largest position. I was down like 8% in my long-term account. Now, I'm not making any changes to the long-term account at all. All right. But lower interest rates, less interest rate decreases, right? So higher rates is not especially good for risk assets, right? So you look at, we were talking about KRE yesterday. Look at that. We're saying this is not good. We forecasted that this might happen over here. Look at IWM, not good. RK, not good, holding up better because of Tesla up there. But, I think this means that big caps are going to be safer than small caps maybe for a while. That's something to consider. The easy money with the small caps and the meme stocks and the micro caps, that might not be larger caps. The larger caps will recover. Economy's strong. Yeah, we're going to get all-time new highs on QQQ, SPY, and probably even Tesla in 2025. But you got to be a little bit more careful with risk assets, we'll call it. Okay. That's the big takeaway here. Now, I was predicting before this even happened on Wednesday, I'm like, Monday's the day to buy. And now it's working out perfectly. All right. Monday was the day to buy January effect stocks. We have a show Sunday at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. for our Discord members. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So sign up for a Discord if you want to join the show. And we're going to be talking about stocks to pick up on Monday that we think can outperform between Monday and the end of January. This is something I've done for many years. It usually works out, doesn't always work out. January effect is we want to pick up 2024 losers due to tax loss selling, but not all of the losers, the ones that have good fundamentals and maybe catalysts ahead. And these stocks tend to really, really outperform from why Monday, the day before Christmas. Rhett, Christmas is on Tuesday, right?
I believe Wednesday. I don't know.
So it's Christmas Eve. I guess it's a half day on. I think the market might be a half day Tuesday then.
Yeah, Wednesday is Christmas.
Okay, so I think Christmas Eve is a half day on Tuesday. So we got to check that though. I'm not sure if it's full or half. But in any case, the day before Christmas Eve, I've had a good track record of identifying that as the low point, the nadir, where tax loss selling is basically reached a zenith. People can still be doing tax loss selling for the last week of the year, but most of it occurs prior because most investors are forward thinking. They want to take their tax loss and then wait 30 days and re-enter, right? So a lot of that tax loss selling has been done. There's still a little bit left, but now the buyers are going to start overwhelming the sellers as we enter the holiday season. And holiday season comes, people get more optimistic. And there's a whole bunch of other psychology, and not only psychology, but real events and catalysts and fundamentals that also impact why January could be good as well. So Sunday, we're going to be talking about that. So my game plan, before even FOMC happened, guys, I was like, maybe we got to take it easy the rest of the week with FOMC coming. Then we have Thursday and Friday. We take it easy, and then we'll start buying stocks on Monday. I'm sticking with that right now. All right. Now, that being said, we'll look at some stocks and we'll see if there's any opportunities here. I will tell you, ERs, we have BlackBerry, Nike, FedEx tonight. Darden Restaurants must have been this morning. I haven't looked at the report. Must have been good. Paychecks, Conagra, I think these were maybe this morning. CarMax is probably this morning. Haven't had a chance to look at any of these. These are all earnings plays still. Always going to be a good catalyst in any kind of market situation if you beat earnings and if you have good guidance specifically. So there's opportunities everywhere. Mute did not work out. I had a couple call options in my trading account that are going to be basically zero this morning. So that's the situation with earnings. Now let's head on over to the stocks and see if there's any opportunities. Look, let me just give you a prediction. It may not work out. By this situation with rates, right? Less decreases in interest rates is again something not great. It's a fundamental change. So I don't think this is a one-day sell-off. Let's pull up. Let's just for a second pull up QQQ. Let's just look at this. Okay, went below the 20 DMA, back above it this morning. You know what? Let's look at IWM because that's where we're going to have more challenges in the small caps. Okay, not back above the 50 this morning, still way below it. This chart could be broken for a while. Maybe your target's down here, 212. Okay, maybe that can hit by Monday morning. All right. I think we're in a situation next couple of days where we're going to have some wild volatility, some chop. And don't forget, we also have this government shutdown, which in the long term is meaningless, doesn't mean anything. It's not really bad for the economy, but people always freak out about it all the time. Okay. And we have triple witching Friday. So between the FOMC, triple witching Friday, government shutdown, and then maybe going into a weekend, the fear picks up Friday afternoon into a weekend. I'm going to predict for you, we have some wild chop the next 2 days, but mostly chop. And then in the last hour or two, we could see a downward flush in the market as people get worried over the weekend. And then maybe we get a buying opportunity Monday morning. And that's when you bounce off the 200 DMA. Very specific prediction for you. Okay. Sometimes that happens on a Tuesday morning, but that's my prediction. Monday morning. This is working out perfectly for our January effect picks that we're going to, and look at this RSI getting nice and oversold. All right. So maybe the bottom's here, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're going to tag this. All right. Sometime maybe Monday morning. That's my prediction. All right. I think that I'm going to be doing more day trading, less swing trading in the next 48 hours, maybe even the next 3 business days, maybe even into Monday. Although Monday, we're going to pick up those January effect stocks. We're going to pick up as swings, not day trades. So we're doing less day trading here. I'm sorry, more day trading, more cash at the end of each day. I'm going to be more suspect of catalysts. I'm going to look at them with a more what do you call it? I'm lost for words, right? Like a skeptical lens, right? I'll be more skeptical about catalysts and the such. Trying to focus on really good catalysts. Or if you pick a catalyst that's not great, in and out, man, you scalp that stuff, right? That's the market we're in right now for the next 2 days, I believe. Now, that being said, I did pick up a couple things this morning. VKTX here. Let's look at this VKTX chart. VKTX, wow. Just between this asset that Merck picked up for oral GLP-1s in China, it's preclinical, and the market crashing yesterday. Guess what? We filled this gap right here. Now, this chart looks like absolute death, man. But we filled the gap, so RSI is low, so I had to try. I picked it up, not a great price. I got 39.36. It's now, you can do better than me, 39 by 39.10. 38.50 was a gap fill. Maybe last night was the time to pick it up. But we're, what's the difference? A few cents here and there if we're looking at maybe a tradable bounce off of this gap fill. So that's something I tried on VKTX.
Ooh. Hims is tanking hard right now.
Hims? Uh-oh. I have a big position in Hims, and we also have sold puts in Hims. Wow. Ooh, not good. Oh, ouch. There must have been news. All right. I'll go on with my show. If you find the news on Hims.
Ollie just put it in here. Let's see.
Wow.
After FDA says the obesity drug shortage ended.
Oh, yeah. I'll bounce back. That's bullshit. People put too much emphasis on this obesity thing. It's right at the 50 DMA. I don't have time to log in. I might actually buy that for a trade right now if I don't know. I'm not going to do it right now, but the 50 DMA 25.23, you're right on it. That might be a good trade on Hims right there. Let's just move that to the top list. Unfortunately, that's going to hurt us in our short put account and our wheel account. But all right, that's the way it is. Okay. Now, what other catalysts? I mean, small catalysts here and there. IMX set up a pancreatic cancer committee ahead of their or board or whatever they call it, advisory board, something like that, ahead of their event coming up early January. QURE gets an upgrade. Nuke has been crazy. By the way, we predicted 70s on Nuke. I was playing with 100 shares. We got it. I think I sold in the 60s though, because it hit yesterday. It hit in the regular hours. It hit 68. I had a sell order at 69. So it pulled back, and I'm like, all right. So I bailed in the 50s and 60s, something like that, and then eventually hit the 70s anyway. Even though they did an offering last night after the market closed at like $6 or something. This is crazy stuff. You can't short it. So this is being driven by the retail long since it's not shortable anymore. There's no shares to borrow. It can't be found anywhere, I don't think, at this point. So yeah, eventually this will crash. All right. Anyway, that was fun. OPTX one that I picked up in pre-market just a little bit. Oh, it did hit 212. What time did it hit that? Oh, it was in the 4 a.m. I really got to change my broker and get like 4 to 7 a.m. trading. I was looking for 212. I was looking for 212 to add. I saw it this morning in the 7 a.m. It didn't quite. I had to end up like buying around here at 236. This is just a quick flip, a quick trade here. We nailed this one the other day and made like 200% on it. Why 212? I think that's the gap fill. Yep, that's the gap fill. 212 is the gap fill. It filled the gap perfectly there. Oh, it did it. Oh, no, this is a late reported trade here at 8 a.m. So it actually happened there in the 440 area. But that's something I have my eye on here. It's been underperformed all the quantum stocks, and it's a real company with some revenue, 8 million a quarter, with a market cap of 93 million, so trading at like 3 times revenue. The least crazy out of all the quantum stocks I think we've seen, quantum / space. So maybe this has room for a second leg up, but these are just scalps for me at this point. I was hoping to get a little bounce off 212 and then, maybe sell at 236, whatever. The question was, will it bounce off 212 or will it bounce off the 200 DMA at 234? Those are the two levels. It's 234 now. So a little trade opportunity there potentially. MOB, maybe I can buy lower this time. I did have to sell some yesterday when FOMC came out, protected my gains, went to a bigger cash position as I was adding more UVXY. I still have a nice position in MOB, but I scaled down pretty quickly between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. I probably sold 60% of my trade position. That was me. Some of these candles, I was starting to sell at 390, 380. Maybe even some of the 360s, I don't remember, but I was raising cash, protecting my assets, protecting my gains, adding the hedge, and it worked out beautifully. Mind, another one, I sold some yesterday as well. Still have a nice size position. These are two high quality small caps that I may be looking to add back today, tomorrow, Monday, maybe taking some trades on them as well, like scalps. Again, I'm focused on day trading for the next couple of days and less swing trading because I think there's more market volatility to come. And I believe you can see that a move I was talking about in IWM to that level there, that 200 DMA. Okay, so going to be very careful here in the next couple of days. Okay, wow, HIM's down 17%. That's not fun. This is really not fun. I have a nice size position in my retirement account too. But now we're at $23 below the 50 DMA. I mean, what other levels is it trying to find here?
22.29.
What's that?
22.29 is the level I've marked. I don't know why.
22.29.
Trying to see
Sure what that is. You know what? I'm gonna take a small position here in pre-market right now in my trade account. It's in the middle of nowhere, but maybe it's going to open at the 50 DMA. Okay, so let's see. I'm just going to buy not a lot because I don't want to be too aggressive these next couple days. Oops. Limit order.
I got that level from the weekly.
Oh, okay. So I just picked them up. I don't know what price I picked them up at. Come on. 24.70. Did I not get a good price? I was like, wasn't this 22.23 a second ago? Yeah, I was trying to get it down here. The thing moved $1 while I was talking. Jeez. So, yeah, I have a feeling that the bottom still might be the 50 DMA in regular hours, 25.23. So
yeah, I've been saying 22 area for support.
Yeah. All right. What else is going on here? All right, so we're talking about MOB, mine, and VKTX. Taking a bet on that. By the way, I have no change to Tesla, except, man, it got awfully close. I briefly looked at $500 calls yesterday morning. I was like, maybe I should sell $500 covered calls because 500 was my target anyway. The ones that were expiring this week were $10 when the thing was in the 470s. It was probably even more. Actually, I'm curious. Let's take a look at that. $500 calls yesterday. I must have looked at it at the high of day. So, but it was like $10 at the high of the day. I'm like, maybe I should sell some covered calls in my position, but alas, I didn't do it. So look, I got no change to my forecast in Tesla, except, you might have a pullback to deal with, and it's still going to be my largest position. Still think it goes to 500 plus in 2025. And, but I'm not going to be trading it. Okay. Just going to be holding that. All right, let's see what else is going on. There was some news on Peloton. To me, not so exciting. Palantir got $700 million Army contract. Okay, then there's these other, Air and NBS. Oh, Air, nice bounce back. No change to Air. Someone asked me last night. I still like this. This is already on our list as a January FX stock. I'm still giving this target up here of 18 to 21 by the end of January on Air. NBIS bouncing back. I've kind of stayed clear of NBIS. Look, it avoided that 20. I mean, it went below that 20 DMA. Where are we at? 2780. Where's 2780? Is still below the 20 DMA. RSI coming down. Maybe you get lucky or unlucky, depending on if you're max position or not yet. I've been talking about this for a couple of days. So 23 to 26, I think could be possible, especially if we get that market flush I'm talking about with the low being Monday morning. You could see 23 to 26 in NBIS. So I think you got to be careful, guys. So, wow, Sky T has been really crazy, huh? Unbelievable. All right, look, so I went through a whole bunch of things, and it doesn't look like I have a top pick for you. Hold on a second. Let me see. Let's see. I picked up a couple puts yesterday on QUBT. That's another thing I'll be thinking about is where can I short stuff or pick up puts. Let me move this to the top list if I have room there. Okay, yeah. So, Rhett, I don't know. I mean, I gave you all that talk. I mean, does anything stand out as like a top pick for the day? To me, nothing does. It's just chop fest and take your scalps.
The only one
know.
that's
Maybe
still
VKTX.
up there that's on the verge that I'm looking at on chart wise, you had Bitcoin bounce off that 98,000 level again. Apple's teetering right there. I mean, if you go to the weekly, you see that, Ben, for Apple?
I believe you. I'm not really interested in trading Apple, though.
But then we have a couple questions here. I'll throw it up there. Someone's asking about the levels for Nuke. But other than that, I don't know. Nothing really is on my radar right now.
Levels for Nuke. Don't trade Nuke anymore, guys. That's it. Look, who knows what happens. This thing is just, whatever. I can't. I'm not even going to try. All right, I don't know. I accurately predicted 70s, but I mean, that was just, I just pulled it out of thin air from muscle memory of when stocks like this go crazy. And I just remember it happening before. And that's it. It had nothing to do with the chart, had nothing to do with anything else. All right. So I'm not even going to bother with Nuke anymore. It could go crazy again, but I mean, they just did an offering at like $6 or something. So $10 million priced above the market under NASDAQ rules. So under NASDAQ rules probably meant, I don't know, 5-day moving average or who knows, something like that. Or the close the previous day. And that's why they were able to say in the headline, oh, we did it above the market. And I actually did it like 85% below the market. So in any case, yeah, I'm not bothering with that anymore. We just watch it as a curiosity, it's like a freak show. Okay, so I did end up putting, if you guys were talking here, let me try. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, let's buy this VKTX gap fill. All right. I went for a little bit of HIMS at 20. I got a better price, 24. So let's see. Let's see if we bounce on him. Here's a level. Hold on. 2374. That's not a bad level. This used to be previous double, triple resistance. Look at that, actually. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But down 16% on something that always makes a comeback on. Like this has happened multiple times with him stock. There's no longer a shortage, and everyone freaks out, and then it goes back up again because people realize, either the shortage comes back or people realize that this company, the growth has really had not much to do with these GLP-1 shortages. People are just obsessed with it because GLP-1s are sexy and in trend. But in any case, I'm going to say VKTX gap fill is now working. Really? Where am I at? What? Hold on. What did I buy VKTX at? It's a big green. I thought I bought it at 30. Did I buy it at 39.30? Oh, I did buy it at 39. How? Oh, that's not as big of a candle as I thought. What is this? Oh, that's only 50 cents. I'm like, that looks like it's $2. I was like, I want us back down. It's a big spread. 39 by 39.90. All right. So VKTX, HIMS, and OPTX. I got small positions in all of these in pre-market. Here's a little biotech that we're in, not a biotech, a microcap that we're in because it broke the 200 DMA the other day, held it pretty nicely, had a nice pattern after hours. So we're in RR overnight, took some profits at $1.50. They had some news this morning, some to showcase service or products at CES 2025. So I'm still in a position of RR, but I sold half of that. And QUBT short. How about that? So I'm going to give you 5 picks for today. VKTX, HIMS, OPTX, RR, QUBT short. Those are your picks for the day, Rhett.
And then QUBT short.
Okay, Vince agrees with me. 22 is an area of support on HIMS, he says. I talked about Mob a little bit there. Nuke 70, 77. Nuke. That's the levels. Vince is saying 70 and 77 are the levels on Nuke. Crazy chart, man. That is insane. All right, I got to get going and take care of my money. We'll talk to you in our Discord.
Have a good one, guys.
Take care.